Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Call Allah, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, and Kokodash. Double honors. Once again, go out to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who continue through the Holy Spirit. All right, to teach us His truth. All right, this is Nama of the DC camp. And boy, oh boy, when we talk about division, it just keeps on accompanying us. What's it called? A gift that keeps on giving. Oh boy. Anyway, this is from FM News 101, the Chad Benson Show. And Lars Larson says got Joe Biden's bargain basement presidency. It's about as low as it gets. Boy, I tell you, I delight in seeing these motherfuckers go at each other. Hey, they did it with us. Hey, they continue to do it with us. All right? And they exploit it to the fullest, believe you me. So, it's time for us to have some fun while it lasts. All right? So it continues on. If you thought electing a candidate who ran for president from his basement was a great idea, consider where we stand today. President Joe Biden has a dozen different crises and no clue how to fix them. At least in part because he created most of them. All right, that I beg to differ there because no, especially this one where he's bringing up here, 12,000 Haitian illegal aliens. Don't you just love that terminology there? Illegal aliens. Like, who the fuck are you? All right. He says camped under a freeway bridge between Mexico and Texas, and taxpayers must fly them home. Hmm. Well, it just occurred to me there, smart guy, that it's your people that are responsible for that. And this goes back way before Joe Biden was even born. All right. When you think about, for those of us that were in the Corps, you think of Major General Smedley R. Butler. All right, highly decorated. And he wrote a book, War's a Racket. All right, all the shit he went through, what he's witnessed, rather. Uh, and how, the beginnings of the surplus industry, Army, Navy, and all that. What will become Army, Navy. Uh, his time spent as a young officer in Haiti, the things that he saw, the rebellions that they put down. Um, he more or less he went before Congress. He went before Congress and he gave that uh, testimony, and he said, more or less for 33 years, however many months and days, he said, at the end of it, I was just a high class. How did he phrase that? Muscle or whatever have you. I can't remember the exact terminology. Uh, for the bankers, you know, and he was absolutely right. And you know how they got him back? Well, they didn't take his life. I believe his father was a congressman, and as decorated a Marine that he was, you would have thought that, he was a lock to get the commandant position, but lo and behold, that's how they got him back. You know, hey, that's what you get for telling the truth. You know. Anyway, so he's wondering about the tax money. Hey, something else. You know, this whole system is about to change for these people that worried about. Well, taxpayers' money, man. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. All right. These people, they know that, as the scriptures say, Revelation 12 and 12, they got a short time. All right. And for you idiots amongst our people that continue, all right, to vote, who are you voting for? What are you voting for? You think, oh man, this has not, is not, nor ever will it be our rest. These mother effers have gone out of their way, generation after generation after generation, to let our people know that they hate us. I was just reading an article a couple hours before doing this video, this Edomite got so pissed off at this Jake, this a so-called black woman, and her daughter, while her mother was in the store, went up, cussing her out, calling all kinds of nigger and all that. And the girl was about trying to get out the car. He pushed the door closed a couple of times, spit in her face. Remember, there's a little child here with her. Gets in his car. She's out the car by this time. He tries to run her down. She steps out the way. He hits their car twice because he backs up and tries to do it again. All right. The mother, seeing what's going on outside, runs out, and she's asking people to get a license plate. But the point being, these people, I tell people in my videos to keep your head on a swivel, because it's something that, for all of you that don't know, Cornel West, where is he, at Princeton and Harvard? He was in a couple of Matrix movies. I'll show you. But he had a saying. Here he is here. Cornel West. All right. Yeah, he was at Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Dartmouth, damn, Pepperdine, and University of Paris. All right. But there he is here. But he had a saying. He would say to white folks, in regard to our people, so-called white folks, Edomites, when things flipped on their head and they got treated in manner similar to us, and he would say, congratulations, you have been niggerized. How do you like it? And they don't. And you're seeing a lot of this, and we know through history these people don't take adversity very well. They lash out, and they lash out violently. And that's my reason for telling you, be wary of where you are at all times, especially in large crowds, because they love that shit. All right? Just keep your eyes open. All right? So continuing on. Oh, here's the big thing lately. We even have veterans that are committing suicide. Veteran hotlines are, they're getting more and more customers. America's exit from Afghanistan turned into a terrible tragedy with 14 killed in our military and Americans still stuck on the ground in Kabul today. Inflation has been ramping up, battering Americans here at home. And remember the rap on Trump, that he ruined America's reputation with our friends around the world. See, all these things are happening, and it's all at the same time. You got this manufactured magic virus. All right, let's just call it what it is. Fuck them. All right, and we all know that the real reason for that is this whole system is changing. Everything's going to go digital, but they, trust me, and I'm just going to say this. Years ago, you could not have convinced me that people will be so fucking stupid. So-called educated people to not realize when they've been had, when they've been conned. And here's, believe it or not, the more fucked up thing about it. Those that do, pride is keeping them from admitting it. And, taking public transportation as I do, you just hear these things, you just shake your head and you're like, You got these people so convinced that by taking this jibber jabber juice, that they're doing the right thing, they're gonna get their life back. You see these advertisements with these idiots wearing masks saying, please wear your mask so we can get our life back. Or whatever, something to that effect. And you're like, these people are really idiots. And then you get angry because you realize that the people are responsible for this. And not angry because what they're doing to the people, fuck them. No, because these dumbasses who did this, now the rest of us that had some kind of, you know, notion and we're questioning, and let's be honest, the spirit was put on us not to take this shit because of these idiots. See, don't you love it that the media just flipped what I just said around, and now we're looked at as the villains because that media is a very powerful weapon in the hands of our enemy. Always has been. You got a book right here, I can't reach it, called 100 Years of Lynching by Ralph Ginsberg. Came out around 1967. And that whole thing is a collection of newspaper clippings about lynchings of Jake. And you can see the wording of the press: black brute rapes white woman, gets lynched. And it goes into detail. He had his toes cut off or whatever. You know, it's been a very powerful tool. The media in general, no matter what form. All right. Continuing on, it says, and remember the rap on Trump that he ruined America's reputation with our friends around the world. Well, Joe Biden managed to tick off the French last week by cutting them out of a big nuclear sub deal with no warning. In case you haven't heard about that, yeah, I laugh because it's fucking funny. You know, these other, his so-called enemies, and these prophecies are jumping off the pages. I'm thinking Revelation 17, 15, and 16 about the whore and how all his so-called allies are going to turn on and burn them with fire. We know that's the nuclear missiles. You know, I'm thinking of Obadiah, Habakkuk, second chapter. This is just, he's done it to, let's be real. They were all in on taking us down. I'm talking about the Israelites taking our wealth, stealing our wealth. Let's give it its proper uh, description there. They robbed, raped, and stole and murdered. All right. John 10 and 10. All right. They've done all these things, and it's nice to see this. This is Sirach 25 and 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies, especially that last one. All right, so much division here. So much division. All right, Mark 3, start at 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, Salakia, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. And that's what's happening to this mother effer, these Edomites now. The strong man is in the process of being bound. All right. Remember in Luke, let's go there real quick. This is the Lord saying what? And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. All right, this devil's falling out of his rulership. He's being taken out. Remember, in Job, it tells you, this is verse 5, seeing his days are determined. You wonder why all this magic virus and all this shit is happening? Because he wants us. Congratulations, you idiots that took that shot. That jibber jabber. You are now his property. See, all this since the days when, because it's all about us. Zechariah 12, I get that. It all revolves around us. He's been perfecting his ways, all right, to try to make, how am I going to put this? To perfect slavery in a sense. Boy, he got you all good. He got it so once you take that, it's no getting it out. You are now a product. You belong to him. That is a precursor to the MOTB. All right? That's what it is. The precursor to the mark of the beast. All right? You are going to be part of this new monetary system that's rolling out. That's what all this 5G, and I hear they got 6G on the way. That's what all this is about. You got all those little all that nanotechnology in you. Damn. I don't feel sorry for you. Yeah, you talking shit. No, people, first of all, it's the Most High put the spirit on us not to get that. All right. Let's see. And Joe dropped Predator drone missiles on a target in Afghanistan. We heard the White House boast it took out 2 high-value targets, or terrorists. Only now it turns out what got blown up was an aid worker, his family, and 7 little kids. Now, you think anything's going to happen as a result of that? You remember under George W., all right, they practically told the World Court in The Hague to go fuck themselves, that the United States of America was exempt. No, I kid you not. Yes. Yep. It goes on. Joe's agenda on Capitol Hill, trillions in new spending and trillions in new taxes to pay for it, seems to have stalled on Capitol Hill. And Joe's approval ratings are now in the basement, right back where Joe started. Wow. Everybody tried to tell you fools. You so worried about Trump, 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 Trump. None of these presidents ever gave a damn about us. But you idiots, they do this shit. They even propped up a motherfucker with dark skin like us. And you fell for it. He wasn't even our people. Why does it always work? Because number one, you don't read, you don't like to get into things that really matter. You in front of the TV watching The Masked Singer and other stupid shit. All right. You don't study for nothing, especially the scriptures. All right. All this that you were taught in these schools about everybody getting along, that's bullshit. It always has. This only works. Why they always push this on our people? You got to ask yourself that. Why? And that's partly the reason. Oh, you know, we're under the curses and all that, but that's all goes with that. All right, and your ignorance helps perpetuate the curses. Hey, so with that, I didn't want to go on, this long, but hey, we're at the end here. And for whatever reason, you can't see that, hey, you're going to be fodder for, whatever's coming, or I should say whoever's coming, because this shit is getting ready to explode. And these spoiled motherfuckers over here, oh, it's gonna make matters so much worse. Hey, so with that, hey, shalom, shalom.